What's up? It's Nour Khodr, and you're watching my episode now on Fangirls Only.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Fangirls Only. I'm your host, Vanessa Fermo, and today I'm here with Nour Khodr. So, how are you doing today?
Good. Thanks for having me, Vanessa. I'm excited. Glad we can make this happen. Happy to be here.
No problem. So, would you like to introduce yourself to anyone watching that knows you or doesn't know you yet?
Yep. My name is Nour Khodr. My first and last name rhyme. I was born in Florida. I've been making music since I was a little kid. I played piano and guitar since I was like 5 years old, and then started singing when I was like 14, 15. And I've kept making music ever since. Around 2019, 2020, I released a song called Ace that did pretty well for me. And I've been, kind of doing that. I just did my first big tour this year. So yeah.
Amazing. All right, so I'll go on to the questions now. So, your new song, On the Loose, came out pretty recently. So, would you like to tell us about that song and background of it?
Yeah. So I released On the Loose on my birthday. Sometimes I like these past couple years, I've actually like just found ways to just line up my release schedule so I can release a song on my birthday because it's just fun to release and also celebrate that and also another year of life. But so On the Loose came about because that song was about just kind of doing a lot of like just doing a lot for someone in a relationship and then not getting that reciprocity. And then, I say in this song, like, thought the things I did would keep you around. Now you out here on the loose. And it's just like, it's just like the girl just doesn't appreciate it. And, that's just kind of the premise of the song. And kind of like, and in the video, it's funny because I had a bunch of like different friends do cameos in the video, like Zach Karen and my other friend Seth, and just a bunch of people. And like the whole idea is that like when I'm with the girl, I can see her and like it's just me and her having a good time. And then when when it's like when I look in a mirror, I see her with another dude every single time. Have you seen the video or no?
Yeah, I have. That's a
Yeah.
crazy
Oh.
concept.
Yeah, it was just like a funny comedic concept that I was like, oh, this will probably be cool. And it also kind of gives off kind of tells the story too of like, kind of like being in a one-sided relationship where you like your person more than that your person likes you, you know?
I get that. Definitely. All right. So you've been doing a few performances recently around the United States, Canada. Funny enough, since I saw you in Toronto, and that's why
Yeah.
we're here.
Yeah.
So how are those performances been? And has there been any changes of yours? Wait, what? Any songs of yours that just like hit different live?
So I would say, I mean, Nightfalls is definitely a favorite for me to perform live. I feel like that one is just like a lot of people were receptive to it when I released it, and then when I toured it, it was great. I feel like Nightfalls and Ace definitely are two songs that really hit different when they're live. Also Liar Liar, which was cool because I released Liar Liar the night of my London show, which was the last show of the Europe tour that I did. So it was like a really special kind of release, and also like I love that song. I enjoyed Toronto. That was my first time in Canada, so it was cool to like go and at least kind of like learn more about Canada and kind of like see if for next time, like maybe next time I do Vancouver or Montreal or Ontario, but Toronto was cool. So yeah, I would say Night Falls and Ace hit different live, and then um I would say Liar Liar also. But I mean they're all obviously fun. Like I start my set with Breaking Down, which is like a very boy band rock song, and then I kind of just keep it going from there.
Another question about performances. So a few months ago, you went on your first Europe tour with Spencer Sutherland. So
Mhm.
that was really cool.
Yeah.
Um, do you have any like fun memories from those shows or like any tour memories?
Yeah. I mean Spencer was a lot of fun to hang out with, and he's great, and so I got to obviously, watch his set every night, and that we were touring. And then I would say like some of the fun memories were obviously that's my first time performing in like Germany and performing in Austria and UK, so it was like all like a lot of first times for me on that tour. I would say some of my favorite memories were when like I would sing like one of my own songs and people would sing it back with me and they all had accents because they're all like foreign and I think that was really cool and they would come and bring me foreign snacks. I think the foreign snack, fans giving that was really, really because I'm a huge foodie, so that to me was like the best kind of love you can show is singing my songs with me and bringing me food. So I was fortunate enough to experience both those things in the cities I was at overseas, and I learned some German and stuff like that. So it was cool. I think I had a lot of really fun memories there, and I tried to like I want to go back as soon as possible and do it again because it's just different. Like in America, it's obviously great touring, but when you go overseas and you see your music doing something in a whole nother country, it just makes you feel like what you're doing is really working, you know?
Sure. So, another question about your music. So, your new song, Lie, 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 came out a few months ago, which is so relatable, man. Liars suck. So was there any part of the song that was like really challenging and like hard to write, like a lyric or a chorus?
So with that song, I wrote the chorus first, the whole like the lie, lie, it's all in my head. Like that kind of came first, and then I kind of wrote around it. So I wrote the chorus first, and then I wrote the beginning. But I really love how I start that song, like how the song kind of comes in with the whole like I called you up in the morning, but I had nothing to say. It kind of like immediately gets you feeling the song, and like you said, the lyrics are very relatable and obviously dealing with liars is definitely the worst. I feel like when it comes to relationships, the biggest thing for me that ends a relationship is when the person lies. Because if someone can lie to you, then there's no trust. If there's no trust, there's no relationship. So to me, I think that that is the most important.
Exactly. So would you say that your new music, like Lie, 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 it's hard to say three times in a row, Lie, 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 and On the Loose, would you say that's like part of a bigger project, like an EP or an album? Or would you say it's more like singles releases?
Definitely a part of a bigger album because the sound on like Nightfalls, Liar Liar, and On the Loose are all they're all like they all kind of have that vibe that I want to stick with and like the pop but it's like songs that you can vibe to but also still they have that like sentimental and like real feeling. Like when you listen, you're like, oh, these words, these lyrics mean something. It's not just like rapping or like talking about like, you know, something that doesn't mean anything. It's like meaningful lyrics and things that you can listen to and be like, oh, I dealt with something like that, or I've experienced that, or, you know, I can, so for me, like those three songs kind of have that consistent theme, and I think that's the consistent theme that I want on an EP or album that I do. And like I would do plan on releasing one, most likely end of January. So that would be that would be like the goal, and then to tour that album in March would also be the goal.
Let's pretend I thought the song was called Lie, 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 and not Liar,
No,
Liar.
I know. I was like, it's
That's
okay. I feel like there is two liar liars. Why not add a third? But yes, but it is liar liar with just two, not three.
okay. Sorry, post-production me. All right. So when you're in the studio, do you like to be there in the daytime or the nighttime? Like what time is like more like productive for you?
Mm, I feel like for me, the most productive is like when I start at like 7 p.m. Because if I start too late, I get sleepy. And if I start too early, it's like I just woke up. So I feel like for me, it's like that, like right between. So technically more nighttime because I like it when the sun's down, light a candle and just kind of like just vibe. And also by like evening time, my voice is warmed up already. So I can just sing. So I would say, yeah, I'd say more evening for the creative vibe and also like in the studio we like someone normally will bake cookies, which is like the best, just to eat cookies and make music.
Gotta have some tea with you just in case, just to warm your voice up.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it.
So, what do you picture? Wait, sorry, I can't speak. Okay, what do you picture your career to be in the next 5 years?
Hopefully in the next 5 years, I will, be doing like what I did over the summer, just throughout the whole year, just touring all the time and doing. I've never performed at a festival before, so I would like to do like a Lollapalooza or like some festival. I feel like it'd be cool to experience that and just do more shows overseas and go places I haven't been. Like I've never performed in Amsterdam. I've never performed in New Zealand or Australia or Brazil. So I feel like in 5 years I would like to have done those things and just keep releasing music. Hopefully by that point I'll have 4 albums out or 4 EPs out. So that would be the goal, to just keep doing what I'm doing and keep on staying consistent, because the hardest thing I feel like in anything, even like a podcast or music or life, is just staying consistent, you know?
Mm, yeah, I get it. I definitely will be at one of those shows for sure, especially if you come back to Toronto.
Yes.
Testing out. All
Yes.
right, so this is the last question. So, if your music was a color, what would the color be?
Oh, maybe like a turquoise,
Mm,
maybe turquoise or teal. I mean, look, I think it would be more of a turquoise.
mm,
Uh, Let me see. I'm reminding myself on what the difference is, because those colors are still pretty similar. It would be teal. I think it'd be teal,
nice.
like a nice bluish, because it's like that's kind of the vibe I think I radiate. At some points, though, my vibe is red and black, but I think teal. What is your color? Is your color purple, or like what's the color of your hoodie you're wearing?
Really? Purple?
Yeah, purple. Yeah, yeah. That is
I
also a
think,
great color. I feel like Justin Bieber owns that color.
yeah. Well, this is more like a dark purple, I think. It's kind of more darker. I don't know. Yeah, that's all the questions. So thank you so much for coming on. It's great having you.
Of course, of course. It's good to see you again, Vanessa. And yeah, keep in touch. I'll let you know when I'm in Canada again. And I hope to see you soon. Thanks again for having me.
Perfect. From okay.
Bye.
Bye. The end goes up.